Yo, what's up everyone? My name is Andrew Warren, and in today's video, we have another positive news piece about Tesla stock. And this time around, instead of it being about batteries or solar power or full self-driving or some of the other sectors of their business, this is just directly related to Tesla stock. So sometimes in these videos we'll talk about new business expansions or new job listings or things that are happening physically in real life in which we can see the company growing. And of course that relates to Tesla stock as well, but this news piece is more about Tesla stock specifically than it is about any news pieces regarding Tesla as a company. So this includes like an updated price target, but it's by the same analyst that just recently released the $1,900 price target. So we'll get into this news in just a second, but as always, if y'all do enjoy this video, please make sure to smash that like button. And just addressing this share price for today alone, we are currently at an even $2,000 almost. We're at $2,000.30 per share, and we have had a decent drop today at around minus 1.75%. That's minus $35.78 on the share price. And then in the after hours, we are down 0.69% as well, which is another minus $14 almost off of the share price. So that's around minus 48, minus $50 on the share price for today, including the after hours. So we are seeing a slight pullback so far, but I think with all of these news pieces coming up soon, at least in the long term, by the time of Battery Day, I think it will be above this $2,000 number. Now keep in mind, it's still possible to see a pullback and us not see any crazy movement upwards even after Battery Day announcements and things like that. However, I think S&P 500 inclusion will be a big deal in terms of the share price and things, and the stock split will most likely have a positive effect on it as well, as Robinhood investors and other investors are able to finally get in on this stock. So the share price is at an even 2K almost right now, and so this is technically higher than the most recent price target released by Wedbush. I think the price target was actually released around the time that Tesla was at an $1,800 share price, and their price target was $1,900. So things have definitely changed since then, and it looks as if the person over from Wedbush has updated a hypothetical price target if certain scenarios are going to go into place perfectly. But we'll go ahead and check out the article just to clarify on those things and see what they have to say in terms of their justification and things along those lines. So like I said, this is a price target increase, and no, it's not $1,900. It's actually fairly bullish given what we're used to seeing out of these analysts. So starting out, this is an article from MarketWatch and author Barbara Kallmeyer. And the article title states, "Unstoppable, Tesla shares may be headed for $3,500, says this bullish analyst." So just judging from the title alone, as you can see, this involves a $3,500 hypothetical price target from Wedbush analysts. So like I said, this is one we've referenced in previous videos actually, discussing some analyst expectations and things like that for a price target. So as it states right here in this paragraph, it says, a team of Wedbush analysts led by Dan Ives say pent-up demand in the China EV market for Model 3s and recent price cuts are creating a perfect storm of demand for Tesla. According to a direct quote, it states, "We believe that the China growth story is worth at least $400 per share in a bull case to Tesla, as this EV penetration is set to ramp significantly over the next 12 to 18 months, along with major battery innovations coming out of Giga 3, Ives told clients on Sunday. And so continuing on with this, it states, with the China growth story, Tesla could now have $35+ of earnings power by 2025/2026 versus our prior estimate of $20 to $25, and thus we are now increasing our bull case price target to $3,500 versus our prior $2,500 to reflect this dynamic, says Ives, who maintains a neutral rating on the company." So as we said earlier, we weren't 100% sure on whether this was an official price target, but it seems right now, in terms of this bullish price target, this actually seems to be an official update and not just some sort of hypothetical by the person himself. So this seems to be an official bullish price target, and it's actually very welcoming to see because this is something that we're not really used to when it comes to analysts getting on the Tesla wave. Usually the analysts are the bearish people on Tesla, and you don't really see a lot of them that are actually bullish on them, except like with ARK Invest with Kathy Wood and Tasha Keeney, and then a few other huge investors like Ron Barron. So this is actually surprising to see in terms of a bullish scenario. And like I said, this is their bullish scenario. So keep in mind, just like ARK Invest, there's the base case, bullish case, and then bear case. So at least in this case, at least it's a reasonable amount compared to what you would expect out of some of the other analysts that even in their bullish scenarios would be saying like $2,000 or something like that. So at least this is reasonable in comparison to what we've seen previously. And so I have to admit, even in their bullish case, it doesn't seem to be as high as what I'm expecting or what ARK Invest is is expecting over these next few years, but still it's a lot more reasonable than what a lot of these other analysts have been saying. And I think over time, as we get farther and farther on, people are going to realize the progress that Tesla has made, not only in just their vehicle market, but in their other energy markets, such as solar, batteries, and things like that. And then who knows, by the time of 2025 and 2030, they'll probably have brand new products and brand new sectors of their business that we might not even be expecting right now. So like I said, there's some people that have discussed the potential of an HVAC system with Tesla in the future. That honestly seems pretty reasonable, considering that it's all about renewable energy and electric, and they could develop an app for that, which would be huge. And then also far into the future, you have the possibility of electric aircrafts and things like that. And then you have potential of the full self-driving robo-taxis. So there are many other new potential revenue sources in the future, even far from what we're talking about in these bullish scenarios. So like I said, just for the vehicle sector, we talk about the advantages such as the battery technology, the software, the full self-driving. But then even further into that, you have energy revenue, such as Tesla selling their batteries to other automakers, or Tesla installing power walls or installing large-scale battery mega packs for different governments in the world and different companies. And then you also have solar panels and things like that becoming bigger and bigger over time as well. So many growing markets in which Tesla seems to have their hands in all of them right now. And I think as time goes on, it may take a little bit more time for these analysts to wake up. Now, keep in mind, I feel like $3,500 is pretty bullish, and I have to give them credit for at least being slightly reasonable on this one. But I feel like a more realistic price target would be multiples of this $3,500 number, just because if you really start analyzing things and seeing the potential in the future and understanding that Tesla does what they say they're going to do, then I think people would realize much easier the potential of this company in the future. There's a reason people are absolutely crazy over Tesla and Tesla stock, and that's because they love the product and they also see so much potential for growth in the future, in which somehow most analysts are just not seeing it right now. And I think as time goes on, this will become one of those things where even at this point, people are going to look back and say, how did I not see it at that point? How did I not see that this was worth buying and that this was basically the Amazon stock of the time? And I really do believe that. I honestly think that Tesla is kind of similar to Amazon in terms of its growth story. And I think it still has a long way to grow, just like how Amazon has grown so much, but is continuing to grow even right now. And just to note one thing from this most recent price target update that I do find at least interesting and notable is the fact that some analysts are starting to wake up, like with Wedbush with this example right here. They're starting to wake up and realize what an advantage Tesla has right now with their Gigafactory in China, because as we've seen so far, whether it's the addition of Tesla Insurance in China, the addition of the Tesla Wrap service in China, or just the Tesla Shanghai Gigafactory expansion, analysts are starting to realize what a huge asset this China location is. And honestly, I see a lot of potential in the future for building another Gigafactory somewhere in China, because as we know, if Tesla is going to build a Gigafactory, the fastest place to do it is in China. They get things done the fastest, and that's just a fact if you compare the time frames on the Shanghai Gigafactory compared to everything else. Now, of course, we're seeing progress at the Austin Gigafactory right now, and the Berlin Gigafactory as well. And I'm not saying that Tesla shouldn't expand to other locations in the world like India first before doing another Gigafactory, but what I am saying is that if Tesla wants to make the most money possible in the fastest amount of time, China is definitely an option for another factory location in the long term after factories get built in other locations in the world first. So keep that in mind. Analysts are starting to wake up and realize what an advantage Tesla has right now in China, especially because they are able to expedite production and many things like that, whereas across the world, if you do like a case study comparison between, what China has done so far and what we've seen with the other factories, what they're accomplishing in China right now is honestly amazing. And I'm just talking about this in terms of production, how fast they've been able to expand and adapt and improve their efficiencies in manufacturing. And that's what Elon Musk has mentioned before, which is optimizing manufacturing efficiencies. So it is interesting to note that analysts are starting to see this potential as well. And that's why a lot of this increase on the bull case is based off of what's happening in China right now. So anyways, I just wanted to cover that most recent price target update. Those are always interesting to read, regardless of whether it's a bullish or a bearish price target. Now, I did see this in the news, there's still a Tesla bear right now that is holding on to his $87 share price target, and apparently they won't change it at all. They completely believe in that $87 price target, and we're talking about $87 as in like before the split. So after the split, that's like a less than $20 price target, which just seems outrageous almost. So it's always interesting regardless to see what analysts are saying. It gives us a chance to break it down and me discuss it and talk about my opinions and thoughts and perspectives on all of these things. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to smash that like button and And also, feel free to check out Robinhood and Webull in the description below. If you sign up with my referral link, you'll get some free stocks, and especially with Webull right now, you can deposit $100 and sign up with my link, and you'll get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400. So that's nice passive income. But I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week.